Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you are well. I have just made myself a lovely cup of tea. For today's video, I'm going to be talking about severely overhyped books and books that absolutely deserve the hype. Listen, I know you're here for the juicy goss, so let's start off with books that are severely overhyped, that is actually pure criminality at this point. This is just my own opinion. You might have loved these books or enjoyed these books or thought they were okay. The moral of the story is these books were not it for me. I am so excited. Let's talk about books! Starting off, we have Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. I was so looking forward to this book when it came out. I literally saw it all over my TikTok For You page because everyone said this book was absolutely fantastic. I thought, you know what, hun? Just buy the freaking book. But I just did not like it at all. My problem with this book was there was a lot of travel and just a lot of words. And not a lot happens until literally the end of the book. I'm talking literally like that much left. Ended up selling it on Vinted. So I will no longer be continuing this series. You have to be a particular kind of fantasy reader to enjoy this book. The second book has come out and people have said it was worse than the first. Next we have Six Scorched Roses by Carissa Broadbent. Now this is a short story in the same world as The Serpent and the Wings of Night. You know when you read so many books,
I can't keep up, Darren.
It's about side characters that I believe are in the main series. It's Crowns of Nyaxia series. I've actually got it here, but I've not finished the series. And I saw this book hyped up so much for like short fantasy stories. I do remember how bored I was when reading this book. I just didn't care for the characters. You know, sometimes when you read a main series and you have side characters that you think, oh, I would love to read their story or hear more about them or, you know, whatever. I didn't get these vibes with these two characters. Next, we have Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. Things We Never Got Over. This book was so long-winded and it actually didn't need to be. I was reading it at the gym, I was reading it when I was walking around where I live, I was reading it in the car when I was a passenger, I was reading it on my way to work, literally everywhere. I could not escape this book. It was taking me so long to finish and I'm quite a fast reader. We're following Naomi, who is a runaway bride, and basically she turns up in this town called Knockmount. The main guy, he's like the grumpy guy, his name's Knox. I am not a fan of the grumpy man trope. It actually gives me the ick and it gives immature, it gives grow the heck up, literally grow up you moody. It was also similar to another one of Lucy Score's books that I've read. Don't ask me why, because she's clearly not my author. Story of My Life. The two main characters, the guy and the girl, were so insufferable, particularly the guy, that he would get agged over every single little thing. So I actually DNF'd that book, literally about 60 pages in. Twisted Love by Anna Huang. When I first started BookTok, Bookstagram, this series was up there with the most talked about book series that I'd ever heard of in my whole entire 29 years of life, hun. And I was like, you know what? Everyone is talking about this series. Maybe I should give it a go. So I did. I did not like it at all. I DNF'd. In the nicest of ways, it was quite poorly written. And I didn't really like the way that it was written. And a lot of people, when I put this up on my stories, said to me that the second book is the best. But I wasn't sticking around to even get to the second book. Next, we have Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. I DNF'd this book. It just wasn't, it was just, I don't really know what it was. It kind of starts off and you're hooked. But like the story is basically over within like 20% of the book. And what are we doing for the rest of the 80% of the book? Someone did actually recommend listening to it through Audible. So I started doing that and I think I lasted about a day. and then I cancelled. Next, I feel a bit conflicted with this book because I did enjoy it. I do still think that it was very overhyped. And this is Fairytale by Veronica Lancet. And I know this does have a bit of a split opinion on this book. Some people love it, find it all consuming, are obsessed with it, love how raw and vulnerable and all consuming it is, and then other people DNF it and they hate it and they think it's such a slog, such a waste of time, and they just did not like it. And I think I definitely fall in the middle. I thought it was okay. I don't necessarily think I'm going to rave about this book to everyone that I know. This kind of gothic fantasy book is for a certain type of reader. It's not for your everyday fantasy reader. So many people online said it's so good, like nothing comes close, it's just so bingeable. It's like their top tier book. But I just found it to be so okay. I struggled to see that from my point of view. It just was not that for me. It was told from 3 different POVs, from 3 different timelines. Let me know if you read any of these books that I think were overhyped, because I would love to hear. Okay, next. I'm gonna get comfy. I'm gonna cross me legs and we're gonna get comfy. Let me move you in a bit more. I'm all comfy and whatnot, don't get me wrong, it's the hottest freaking day of the year and we're meant to have a solar eclipse and I am sweating, but it's worth it for you. Books that deserved the hype. The Poison Daughter by Sheila Mattison. Fantastic. Absolutely incredible standalone fantasy book. It's original, it's fresh, it's new. It's exciting. Like I'm yet to read a book that is similar to this. There's a magical well. It's all going on, hun. If you are after a standalone fantasy book, this is going to tickle your pickle, hun. What I will say is, it is quite long, but you really have to lock in. The 2 main characters, the false proximity, there's like an arranged marriage. It's like family rivals. Oh, it's just so good. But I really want to applaud our main girl Sheila, because this is very creative, very original. Sometimes we lack that in the book space. A lot of the books seem very samey. Picking Daisies on Sundays by Liana Cincotti. I'm not sure how to say the name, so I'm sorry about that, but I'm pretty sure you are not watching my YouTube video, so I think it's okay. It's second chance romance. It feels modern and easy to read. The female main character, Daisy, and the male main character, Levi, decide to fake dates. Actually believable. Like, you know when you read a book and you think, yeah, I could see that happening, that's actually believable, and I feel like this book was that. And it's also set in New York City, which I just love. I love a book that is set in the Big Apple. It just does something to my heart, and this for me absolutely slapped. Air of Illusion by Madeline Taylor. I have spoken about this book so much. Standalone romantasy that deserves every bit of the hype. Ivy, our main female character, is a deadly assassin. She is bound into servitude by an enchanted collar that she has around her throat. Ivy and the main male character, Thorn, come together and realise they've got the same goal, to basically take down the king. The banter is absolutely unmatched. Like, you know they hate each other, like despise each other, cannot stand each other, but they just want each other so bad. But the banter is honestly delicious. Next, we have Bloodbound by Ellis Hunter. This is so fresh, so original. Our 2 main characters are both female, and they're basically pitted against each other. One is in the witch kingdom and the other is in the dragon kingdom. So we have witches versus dragons. They have to basically fight till the death. It gives sisterhood, girlhood, what it's like to be a woman. Unlike anything I've ever read before. Worth adding to your TBR. Honestly, genuinely, it's really good. It's so addictive, so bingeable, and the hype around this book is so deserved. And I just love the fact that there's 2 female boss-ass bitch main characters. Absolutely, yes. Then lastly, we have Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. The hype around this book was so necessary. It just was. This book was fantastic. 6-star read from me. I actually recorded the whole process of me reading this book. I adored this book so much. Just when I thought I could not love Taylor Jenkins Reid anymore as an author, I stand corrected, because this was absolutely phenomenal. What a roller coaster. You really go through it with the characters, and I believe I will be thinking about this book for the rest of my days, hun. Do you know what I mean? One minute I was happy, one minute I was sad. One minute I was crying, the next I was jumping for joy. You genuinely don't know what you're going to get. I need to read more of her work. I've actually seen one this morning. What was it called? Maybe like Rising Malibu or Raising Malibu or something Malibu. I will put it on the screen here, but I want to read that. Right guys, that is the end of my video. I feel like I've been talking for so long. Hopefully not that long for you, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you now have some new books to add to your TBR. I love it. See you in my next one. Bye bye.